Yeah, Brian was 26 at that time. You know what I mean? So yeah, he was young, really young too. But yeah, when he came in, he started the adult choir, like the really nice adult mass choir. It was really, really nice. I even loved it. And then, later on, he saw a children and youth presentation a week later, because the children and us youth members were like doing a presentation on, just, loving, our mom, which I think was Mother's Day at that time. And then when when Brian saw it, he had an idea. He wanted to pull me to the side because he, met me the week before. And then he pulled me, and they took me and Beyonce over to the side. He asked us, "Y'all guys want to sing on the choir?" And then we said no, not the. And he was out at the new choir. And he said no, because he wanted to start a choir just for teenagers and young adults. Mind you, on that choir, there were a lot of young adults on that choir, but there was a couple young adults on that choir, but they were going to move off and go to another choir. He said he's going to make a choir just for teens, and he's like youth young adults. And then me and Beyonce was like, "Oh yeah, we can do that." Beyonce got very excited because he always wanted to sing. Because his mom, she was on the mass choir already, so she was already on the mass choir, so he wanted to verify just with himself. So we joined the choir, but we didn't join the choir yet, but we was excited, and we asked Mr. Brian if he can come into our youth service, because the youth service was going on downstairs. So we came in and talked to the youth pastor, and he asked, us youth teams if we wanted to sing on the choir, if we wanted to sing on a choir, if we wanted to start a choir just for youth young adults. And then a lot of us said yes. So we all signed the paper, everything. In the youth service, we did a little singing exercise. Brian taught us soprano, alto, and tenor. He taught us what those three sections meant and everything. What it's like to sing on the choir, and how we're supposed to give glory to God, through the song, with the choir of people, and, singing and everything. That's how, everybody got excited because everybody wanted to give God glory. Everybody wanted to worship and sing. And there was a whole bunch of youth in my day back when I was on the youth ministry. Before Brian came, our ministry was like 20 youth members. But when Brian came, the children's ministry and youth ministry, they grew extensively. Like our ministry was like really, really big. And then it grew up to like 40 or 50 youth. And the children were like 40 to 50 of them as well. Because it was like a lot of people. They had to get rooms in the annex to have youth service, because we was already in the annex. The children had to go down the floor for a while. Even sometimes we had to go down into the fellowship room. But I don't know what that was, because I've never been there before. Yeah, it was always like the chapel, so we didn't really sing that. But it's good to tell the story, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah. It was that Sunday he came and taught, what soprano, alto, and tenor mean. And, we was all, doing singing ourselves. We was all, dancing, having fun, showing off our best moves. And just, it was fun. Youth ministry back then was really fun. At Church of Praise and Worship. When Brian came in, especially. Because Brian, he's real nice. Like, back then, he's like, really, really nice. And, just, like, he's a really good guy. Like, Brian, he's very, very nice. He's, like, really humble in what he does. And he's like a wonderful example of like, a good movie minister. He was really, really good. He's still good now. He owns a church that clients now still. Oh, I know. But, yeah. Okay, but after that Sunday, he handed out a piece of paper. He had 3 pieces of paper on the table. And then every time you signed your name, he'd give you a cookie or like for a goodie bag. But when we was down in the ministry, that's when I met him and his nephews, like nieces and nephews, all of his older nieces and nephews, went to like 10, 11, 13, stuff like that. It was Monique and Chanel. I met them because they were in youth ministry. I met Kayla, they were in youth ministry. I met Nathan, I met Francine, I met Sebastian, I met Gabriel, I met Eliza, Tiana, I met Carol, and Michelle, Zaria, Diana, Vince, Ryan, Heaven, and I also met Raven as well, and Jackie's kids. I met all the kids. Even Marquia. That's Takia's daughter. Oldest daughter, Takia. Takia's daughter, Marquia. I loved her though. She was she's the mom. But after that, but we're not going to get into that right now. We're going to continue talking about the youth, how we all started. It was like a lot of people that we first shared at the time. So, even when we was out in Bryant, introduced his nieces and nephews, ones were teenagers. The children didn't even, come in yet. The children's ministry didn't do a choir yet. But they did do a choir. It started later on after we figured out choir. And then, that Sunday, we all signed the paper. I signed up to be a soprano because I love to sing so high. And when I was at Mount Ephraim on the children's choir, I was a soprano. I used to sing soprano on the children and youth choir at Mount Ephraim. The children and youth choir was real good. It was really small, but me and a couple of my friends joined church praise worship after a while. It was like 5 of us. And then this is the time when Sebastian and Chucky were in our church. Sebastian was also in our church as well. Cool! But, they sung on the Youth Young Adult Choir too. But let me go back to how it started. Brian, we all signed the paper. He told us to come on out on Friday, like that next Friday. And ever since, that Sunday, I got so excited because, I saw the list of names. I saw my name after I went to the bathroom and eat. Not go to the bathroom and eat. That was nasty. But go to the bathroom because I used it. Then I saw, everybody, on that corner, everybody youth ministry wanted to, learn how to, some wanted to learn how to sing, and most of them were already singers. The ones who were already singers, I'm like, choir, and I'm like, then I saw the list, and I was like, Mr. Brian, is that all the names on the list for a choir? For the new choir? And he said, yes. And he said, and Brian, he was like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of people. Because he already knew that there was going to be a lot of people on the adult mascot. He didn't know there was going to be a lot of people on the youth and young adult choir. Then he was like, oh my gosh. And Brian was like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of people. And then when I saw the names, I was like, oh, no way. And I was like, no No way, that's a lot of people. And then, we also got in touch with the young adult ministry as well. Then most of them already have a list on paper. And then most of the young adults are on the youth choir. On the adult mass choir. Some of them were going to sing on the youth young adult choir as well. Alright, but moving on from the Sunday to Friday. But from that day when I went home, I got so excited. I really wanted to sing on this choir so bad because, a choir just for us teenagers and youth and teens and everything. Like, it was going to be amazing. I just knew, God was going to do something so good. Because, God's always doing a great work. And then from that way until Friday, I was so excited. I even told my friends when I was in school that I'm about to be a part of this large choir. And this choir was gonna be so lit. I didn't say that. It was gonna be so exciting because you'll lift each other word later on in years. But the choir was amazing. And then by the time, Friday finally came, the day before Friday, the Thursday, that Thursday, I was just, praying to God. Lord, I was like, God, please let this be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience. And then that night when I went to sleep, I went to sleep so excited. And then when Friday finally came, I was like, oh my gosh, it's time. And then when I got home from school that time, I was, eating lunch and everything with my brothers and sisters. And then, me, Sebastian, and Chucky were on our way over to the church because it was already 5 o'clock. He wanted us to be at the church at 6:30. So we was all at school, and then we had after school club. After that, Sebastian called her mom, and then we all went to the church afterwards. I got so excited for church. I was like, come on guys, let's go. And then, we all went. Sebastian and Chucky was also going to be singing on the choir because Sebastian, he's 9 months behind me. So he was already at the age that he can join. Yeah, that would have been so, that would have been nice for that day. I was so excited. He was the first people in the church, so we saw, he told us to meet in the sanctuary. And then I was in the sanctuary sitting there, me and Sebastian, we were just, talking and everything, it was really fun. And then I started to see, the parents of all the children start coming in later on down the line from 5, we got there at 5 o'clock, because, I was really excited. So we were sitting there for an hour, and we were just, talking and eating our lunch that we got from the Chinese store. And then me and Sebastian Chucky were talking and everything. And then, I started to see, Deontay and his mom come in, and his cousin, Mia. And they were coming in, I asked him, you singing too? And he said, yeah. And my cousin's going to be singing as well. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so exciting. And then I saw, Maurice come in. I saw Grace come in. I saw, Felix come in. I saw almost everybody who signed up on this plan. I saw Brooklyn. I saw Tanika come in. And I saw, everybody come in. Shanita wasn't at the church at that point. She came once we became the church on 17th and Cayuga, the Faith Center. But yeah, but ever since then it's been really nice. Hold on. I don't know if y'all want to hear that music. Heard that already? No. Hold on. Yeah, but as when I started to see Grace come in. I started to see Casey and Athena come in. I started to see Charles McMurray come in. I started to see, everybody come in. It's like our ministry was like really big. Our young adult ministry was big. Our children's ministry was big. Our youth ministry was real big. And then I saw, all of Brian's nieces, most of Brian's nieces and nephews come in. I saw Monique and Charnel. I saw Kayla. I saw Vince. I saw Ryan. I saw Heaven. I saw Raven. I saw Tiana, Eliza, Gabriel, Kayla, and Francine, and Markia, and Russell, and Whitney, and Marcus, and Leroy Jr., Lily, Ernestine, and Maxine, and Steven, and Jardy. I saw all of them come in. I didn't know they used to sing. I just got a reading that, like Vince, Ryan, Whitney, Carol, Monique, and Charnel, and all of them were on the choir. But I didn't know all of them was on the choir. Yeah, it was all of them on the choir. It was a lot of people. That's when I saw them come in with Brian. Because when Brian came in, I saw all the nieces and nephews because he went to go pick most of them off. And then I saw Linus, the little Linus, little Brian, little Daniel, and everything. So all of them. Brian was 8 years old, Daniel was 7, Linus was 6, Zenobia was 5, and Tyler was 5. So they didn't really get a chance to join the choir. They were on the children's choir when they started. And they started from the children's choir, so cool. And then, they were there in rehearsal just to go see what their dad was doing. But they were, having fun, just chilling. Then I met them at that rehearsal. I was like, hello. Because, with my little girl voice, I was like, hello, hi. And then they were like, they were greeting me back. They were like, hi. But I knew from then and there, they were going to be really, really nice people. And as soon as they grow older, they're going to be really nice people. Because, they don't, be loud. They weren't disrespectful. They weren't, none. And then, we started to proceed. By the time it was 6:15, here comes some more people. It was almost like a flood of people just started coming in. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is a lot of people. It almost looked like it was the youth ministry, taking up one section of the church. It was amazing. By the time 6:30 came, Brian grabbed the microphone. Because he had the mics up already. When he was here, he wasn't talking to everybody, but he was talking to Sharon and Lance and everybody, and, Grace's mom, because, Grace and her brothers, and her oldest sister was on the choir, too. Even Casey and Athena was there. And then Casey and Wonder Woman's cousins were on the choir, too. The 2 guy cousins and the 4 girl cousins. The 4 girl cousins were Marsha. The other one was Marley. No, one was Marsha. One is Kenny's. The other one was her name was Talia, and the other one was Georgia. That reminds me of somebody. I have a cousin named Georgia, but that's a different story. That's Pinky's sister. Yeah, that's my little big sister. She's almost my age. She's a year younger than me, but she's shorter than me. I wanted to get her to come and join the church because she likes church. Yeah, she was at Wee Chapel, but she didn't do anything. I know, we didn't do nothing at Wee Chapel. We started to do stuff when we came over here. But go on, Angela. But yeah, when 6:30 came up, when it was time to start rehearsal, Ryan grabbed the mic, and he was saying, hello everybody, so understand everybody. My name was Brian Dunson Clement. I'm the music minister over the music ministry of Church Praise Worship, and I'm here to start a youth choir, youth young adult choir just for like teens and young adults, even tweens. And then I got so excited. I saw all my friends. It was amazing. And then, I saw Jerome there too once. That time Jerome was there because he was in Maryland with his mom still, but we had rehearsal. Sometimes he came up, sang with us. But a year later, he stopped singing. He went back to, school and everything. So he came back in 2012. But moving on with the story. And then, we was, talking, having fun and everything. But he said, for those who are sing up on the choir, please come on up to the altar and let's all pray. Let's all join hands and pray. And I was so excited to go pray with them. It was so fun. And then, started, grabbing hands. And then I saw everybody who was on my choir. And then Brian said the parents should stay right there and just stretch your hands toward the children as we all pray. And then, there was a whole bunch of people. It was like, we was almost full like aisles. But in the front, we was all full. We had to squeeze in. Yeah, it was nice. Then we prayed in, and then, that's when we had rehearsal. And then, like I said, you remember how we were taught, like, soprano, alto, and tenor, and then he called all those who are altos. Then the way the altos were placed, on the left side, facing the congregation. Like, when the congregation faces the front, the altos were on the left side. So, he called all the altos and moved them over to the left side. When I saw the alto section, I was like, yo, that was nice. And then, during that time, I saw your cousin, Kayla sing alto, Francine was alto, Ryan was alto, Dionelle was alto, and Paige was alto. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so nice. And then, there was a lot of people. Even Brooklyn was there, and Nika was there, and Sharon was there, but Sharon, she did soprano. So, and after that, he called up the tenor section. It was so funny to see Dion take off on the stage. So he was actually the first one up there, because he was so hyped to sing. And then, that's when we all started to fill up. It's almost a stage. And I was like, oh no. So we had to have this alto shift over to the side, like a couple steps, so we can have the sopranos come up. And then we called up the sopranos. And when we called up sopranos, I got so hyped. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I saw all of my friends come up. And some like two of my friends were like altos. They went over to the alto section. But I was over in the soprano section. Even Grace was in the alto section at that time too, because Grace is alto, but she can sing soprano though. And she sings soprano like a couple times. But when she first started, she was alto. When Grace started singing in the choir, she was alto. So we had that. And then, but later on she joined over because she got the soprano. And then Veronica and Sydney Holloway was on the choir too. And then they were in Sydney Holloway soprano. Bernice was there too, because me and Bernice are the same age. We are the same age now, but before we was the same age. She was soprano, especially. Then Dina was soprano at the same time, but Bernice, she had to move over to the alto section because, she didn't want to sing real high, because she asked me somebody, could she move over to the altos? So she said yeah, and she moved over. And then, we were lining up by size order. There was a lot of people shorter than us. There was some people shorter than us, some were taller than us. So I stood up in the front. Because, you know, I wanted to be close to the mic as possible because, you know, I love to sing. And then we had some people who were close to the microphone. Some of the microphones were placed in the back. And then we had, you know, a lot of people. Like I said, a lot of people in the choir. The choir was really big. And then in that rehearsal, that's when we started to, you know, sing our first songs. We went over our first songs. Our first song was Celebrate. The song goes like, Jehovah Jireh, my provider. That song. My strong tower, my everything, the one I pay. We learned that song in rehearsal. Then, you know, he went over the lesson a little bit, like singing alto, soprano, and tenor. Then he taught the sopranos, and when he taught the sopranos, I got so hyped because I was ready to sing with everybody. I was so happy. I know you was, because you know you love to sing, Angela. You was really, I bet you was really fast. I was. We were singing, Georgia. It was really nice. And then, you know, we had the alto sing. The alto sing, it was like almost loud. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then when Brian taught the tenors, they were singing really good. And then that time I was in the front. I was standing right next to Lenny. Because Lenny, he was 9 at the time. Lenny was 9 and Derek was 9. And then Monique and Charnel was over here in the soprano section too. So I stood next to Charnel. And I was in between Charnel, Lenny, and Derek. Derek and Lenny were tenors, but me and Charnel was soprano. We was in the front. But when I was singing next to Charnel, I know Charnel loved to sing. She was singing all perfect and everything. She has a really nice voice. And then, you know, when they alto singing, they were singing really good. Because when Bernice heard the alto sing, that's when she went over there. Because, you know, she couldn't sing that high. She likes to sing high, but she did not want to sing real high, so she went over to the alto section. And then, you know, when tenors were singing, I was like, y'all better go ahead and sing. I saw Sebastian and Chucky singing. It was amazing. Then I saw the parents. They were saying, y'all better sing. They'll be able to sing. And a couple of them were like, because they knew that their children are finally tapping into the gifts that God gave them. And they were using it unto God's glory. The parents were like so proud of their children because of what God is doing in their lives, what God is about to do now that they were joining the choir and singing unto God's glory. And then when all 3 of the boys came in, we sounded like a really, really, really nice choir. And then our slow song that we sung, we sung, I will bless the Lord at all times.